18 persons are now in custody as the police in Guyana and Suriname continue to probe the deadly piracy attack that rocked both countries. 3 of the suspects were arrested locally, while 15 were arrested by Surinamese police. Guyana's Public Security Minister Kemraj Ramdatan and 3 senior police officers went to Suriname and met with the grieving family members and government officials in Suriname. The minister said the 2 countries are working to ensure that collaborative systems are in place to thwart such attacks in the future.
Because from the surviving 5 thus far members, it does appear that it is Guyanese who were the actual perpetrators. And of course, what we know now, Guyanese were the actual victims, except for 1 Surinamese, I think. So it really, halted us into a state of somewhat, major disappointment and despair, you can say, because here it is, we were doing very well, and then we are hoping that we are going to still have survivors, and because, hope is something that rests eternal in all of us. But whatever we can do to help the relatives and friends at this stage, we promise that we're going to do.
20 fishermen were beaten and thrown overboard. 5 of them managed to survive, and 3 bodies were recovered in badly decomposed states, while the others are still unaccounted for. Acting Commissioner of Police David Ramnarine said from the first day that the report was made, the Guyana Police Force has remained in constant and intensive collaboration with the police authorities in Suriname.
In fact, about an hour and a half ago, I was in communication with the Acting Commissioner of Police in Suriname. And we also have another officer in Suriname who has been doing some very excellent work, keeping us informed of developments over there. From an investigative standpoint, we have at this point in time 3 persons in custody. There's a lot of information that has already been published in the press in terms of them being suspects and some other particulars about them and so on. But I would want to say at this point in time that the 3 persons in custody are in custody as a result of information received, and it is not definitive at this point in time as to the nature of any involvement or the extent of any involvement at this point in time. We did receive some information for 1 or 2 fishermen which seem to have placed one of the persons in custody at a certain area in Suriname prior to the departure of fishermen, and a certain conversation would have unfolded. But that is as far as we have at this point in time, based on the fact that we are in constant contact with our legal advisor, having obtained statements and detailed statements and so on. There's a lot more work that needs to be done to get to the bottom of it. The thing is that the victims, the first 4 victims who reported, gave call names of the persons who were involved. And on the Suriname side, as far as I'm aware, 1 call name by the name of Crackhead and another by the name of Dick are amongst the several persons that they still have in custody. They had 12, and I'm told the last report I got from our contact in Suriname was another 3. Another 3 persons were arrested on Monday afternoon, are in custody now in Suriname, so that's 15. I did confirm that with Commissioner Chin, as I spoke with him about an hour and a half ago.
Suriname's government has suspended the fishing operations in that country following the attacks, but the trade is expected to be reopened in another week.